This idea came to me from a throwaway line in the newest Pixar film Onward. It's set in a fantasy world, but modernised.
Quick! Somebody help me! These Griffin nuggets were supposed to go out minutes ago!
The idea of a Griffin nugget really sparked my interest. What would that taste like? So if you didn't know, a Griffin is a mythical creature. It's half eagle on the front and then half lion on the back. But there's always this segregated line between the two animals. But what about the meat on this beast? Would it taste the same all throughout? Would a cut from the front half taste different to the back half? Is there a mixture of the two meats all throughout? Sort of like a marbling between the two? Now if you ask me what animal would make the best nugget, I personally would say an owlbear. But let me know down in the comments what you think would be the best tasting fictional animal. But back to the task on hand, let's make some Griffin nuggets. I'm starting off by cubing up some pork, because according to the internet, lion tastes a lot like pork. So this will cover what the back half of the animal will taste like. Eagle apparently doesn't taste very good, so I'm going to be using chicken tenderloins in place of some sort of a trash bird. So now we load up all of those cubes onto a baking tray and let them sit in the freezer to firm up. While I was making this, I was thinking to myself, well, if a Griffin is a half lion, half eagle, then what's the half pig, half chicken? If you've got any ideas for what we should call this new mythical creature, put it down in the comment down below. Now nuggets need a crumb, so I'm going to be making my own from some day-old bread, baking it up in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes on a low temperature. Now that they're nice and crisp, load them up into a blender and blend them until they are fine. In a food processor, take equal parts of our firmed up chicken and pork and pulse them until they've combined but they haven't completely become minced. Now we take the Frankenstein meat and form it into little nuggets. Now onto the coating. We'll start off by coating each one of the nuggets in flour that has garlic salt, pepper and a dash of paprika in it. Then moving on to a coating with lightly beaten eggs. I use a skewer here so that I can keep my hands nice and clean. And finally we'll coat them with the breadcrumbs. Now of course these nuggets can be baked or fried, but I'm going to be cooking them in a pan. They'll need about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. If you see them start to spit, that means that they're losing too much moisture, and that's about the time when you want to flip them. I'm serving my Griffin nuggets with ketchup and sriracha mayo. Now let's crack one open and see how they turned out. Oh, they are nice and juicy on the inside. Just look at that liquid there. For taste, they're super juicy. They've got a flavour that's hard to describe, but they're tender at the same side as a little bit chewy. It's a really interesting consistency they've come to. If you enjoyed this strange recipe and you want to see more like it, consider hitting that sub button down below and don't forget to hit that bell icon. Catch you in the next video.